Hello, this is Luke Coley. I wanted to show you a app that I found. It's called DG Sonic Focus. It's for calibrating your headphones to sound like your calibrated loudspeakers, and this is supposed to suit to your individual hearing. This was made by David Griesinger. He's very brilliant. I suggest you read his stuff. He has a website. There is a lot of text. So what it is it will calibrate your headphones to your loudspeaker. So I went and ran through it, and I'll show you it right now. So here is my computer, and I have the DG Sonic Focus app and my Behringer mixer open that's controlling my headphones. So what I did was I went through this testing with the speaker following the instructions on the About page. Again, a lot of text. And so it describes the instructions being test one to calibrate your reference speaker. I already had a set that I had calibrated to this position that I had done a while ago with Smart. And so I moved on to the other tests of test two to calibrate my loudspeakers to my headphones. And so I did that on the, you can see this graph in green is the first test I ran. And then I went through the binaural portion. So here's the test speaker, and then there's a binaural portion. I'll run through this again. So what I did was I ran through them and calibrated my speakers to my headphones so that they sounded equally loud at each frequency. And what you do is you'll start the test. Here's what it sounds like. That's your baseline. You're going to use 500 hertz as a baseline reference. So then when you step up to the next frequency, it'll alternate between the two. This still has my other loaded up. I'm going to load headphone 2 and do it again. So I'll test this against 500 hertz. Okay, that's my baseline for just pleasant listening where it sounds right to me. And then I go to 630 and I'll start the test. It alternates so that you can you don't adapt to the level. And what you want to do is match these to your specific hearing. So I'm going to go ahead and run through this test and see what the graph comes up with, and I'll hopefully super speed it up. All right, and that's the whole test. So let's take a look at the graph. And you can see even the headphone, the second one, the red line that was just added, is very similar. And David Grissinger says in his research that this is repeatable to within 1.5 dB with anybody that uses it once you run through the app. So I took this graph and I put it on the graphic EQ of my mixer so that it goes through my headphones. So when I turn this on, it does sound different, and it actually does sound a lot like my speakers that are on in front of me. So I can actually A/B them with a little button here, and it sounds remarkably similar. And this is supposed to help with localization in front of you and things like that. So let's take a quick look at the EQ versus the graph. So you can see here, I just did small little adjustments, the little 1 dB, and I just followed exactly what the graph showed me. And I decided to use the True EQ because I couldn't find specs on either the graphic or the True EQ as far as how tight a bandwidth the filter it uses. So David Grissinger specifies a tighter Q. He says most graphic EQs are a Q of 3, whereas he suggests a Q of 5. I decided to go with the stereo True EQ, assuming that it was less bandwidth per filter. I really don't know, but this does sound a lot like my speakers. And then the thing is, I didn't adjust for left and right because I felt like, let me go here. I felt like the sound in the headphones was very balanced between the two when I ran the other test. So I didn't feel like there was any need for adjustment between the left, right. Everything sounded the way I would expect it to. So this is DG Sonic Focus. It's a cool little app for calibrating your headphones to you, and it really does make a difference. So try it out and see what you think. Thanks for watching.